Hi, welcome back, and thanks for joining me. Taking a look at our review. Hopefully, this is helpful to you. We're just going to look at problems, I think 6 through 8 on this short video. So let's see how we can do here. So again, we're trying to highlight those significant skills. And so I know sometimes it's really easier to understand congruent statements when we're in a situation where we have a picture there. And we highlighted that in the first question where there's no picture and you had to understand it, but the same thing is going to happen here. So what I'd like to do is take a look at this congruent statement right here, that triangle JKL is congruent to PFR. Well, if that's true, then we look at the orders at LKJ. Notice it's the third, second, and then first, so it's going to be RFP. That would be angle RFP. All right, hold on a second. I need to pause this for something. Thank you. Hello there.
Hey, we don't have any more paperwork for Horace Mann, and I need like the coverage.
Okay.
Like, literally, there's not even one paper that says our coverage is marked.
Okay.
Is there a way to log in or something?
You can call them and have them email it to you. Probably was what I'll have to do. I just threw all that stuff away because we just hate having paper around. Oh, because you need to bring it to like show that you're covered enough to take those kids home.
I have to fill out a thing every year if I'm gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, so just call Golden Apple this morning. You have to wait till after they open, but call Golden Apple and have them email it to you.
Okay.
That's all I can say. They'll do it. They'll just send you a copy. I mean, I can see. I mean, there's a possibility. Let's see. But it wouldn't be the most recent policy is the only issue is, so if you want one that actually has the current dates on it, you'd have to.
No, I don't need that. I just need to write down
Your coverage numbers. No, okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. We do have those numbers somewhere. It's just in one of the many files because I just didn't keep duplicates in every single possible place. So I just don't know which one it would be in.
every file. I went through every file.
I got you. I'm logging into my email. Honey, give me 1 second. It's just taking. I have to do double authentication and all that crap. So I'm almost done. It's loading Google now. Okay, so I have a bunch of little files in here. And one of them is called insurance, I believe, which is mainly stuff regarding Jake's insurance issues, but why is it not doing it? Okay, there it is. We got external, Jake, drive insurance, Jake. No, this is all Jake. So sorry, no, I don't. Okay, sorry. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so back to our little question here. So we're looking now at angle KLJ. So if you look at it, goes KLJ. So it's the second, third, first. So FRP. Now, if it helps you, you could certainly take a moment and draw two triangles and label them and mark them in such a way that that's helpful. But now PR, that's first and last. So that'd be JL. And well, I guess JL, there you go. JL would be the same as PR. Actually didn't mean to write it that way, but that works out okay. Number 7 is a little repeat of one of them from the last piece, and that is if you're looking for something that is parallel, I'm looking for two things that have the same slope. So since this slope is 5, I'm going to look through these things and find the only one that has a perfect slope of the number +5. For perpendicular, I want a slope that is opposite. Since this one's positive, this guy's going to be negative. So I want it to be the opposite, negative, and then a reciprocal. And the reciprocal of 5 is 1/5. And so the only one here that is a negative 1/5 is this guy. And therefore, these two are off by a small margin, but they're still off. So if you were to graph those, you would find out that they didn't quite work. Okay. Now, number 8 is the last one. Yeah, there we go. And so again, the first thing you would always want to do would be to graph and label your coordinates so you have a chance to do something with those values. So again, if you haven't done that, just go ahead and pause the video and graph all of those coordinates. Go ahead and pause it now. Now, after you've actually graphed all of those coordinates, what I like to do is take out a little piece of patty paper and think about how this works. Now, one thing that I notice is since the C is here and the A is here, you can kind of see that they've been rotated down here. So it appears to be some kind of a rotation. And it turns out that this rotation is literally just a 90-degree rotation about the origin. And it's a fairly easy value because you're going to notice to see the 3 and the 1 right here, the 5 and the 6, you can see that the X and Y have had their spaces flip. See, 5 became 5, 6 became 6, 2 became 4, 4 became 2. Everything kind of goes back and forth. But the value of X, which originally was positive, is now going to be negative. And so this is now the rule for that, meaning if I had a coordinate like, say, negative X, 8, 5, I would switch the two values, but then I would take this value and change its signs. So that rule right here will always take a coordinate and rotate it 180 degrees around the origin. Actually, in this case, it would be clockwise. Now for B, I did make that a teeny bit harder, but what I was hoping that you would see is I did it in stages that if I were to rotate it 90 degrees to here, hopefully you can see that all I did is then I moved it up and translated it 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So I would take the rotation that I had before and I would move it up 4 spaces, which means the value in this, and it looks like an X, but it's really the second number. And so remember, the second value should be the vertical value. So it should leave this portion, the X value, alone, but this value should go up exactly 4 units. So in other words, the rule would take a value like 2, -5. So keep in mind, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to swap those two numbers and make the -5 go over here with the 2. Remember, it swaps the numbers. It changes this second value from a positive to a negative or negative to a positive. Then it goes up 4 numbers. So that would be an example of how that particular transformation would happen. Okay, well, hopefully that was helpful in thinking about how we logically proceed through those kind of problems. I will see you back for another video later. All right, bye-bye.